Sure.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
We're recording?
Yep.
You're on.
What's going on, sports fans? This is Jake Waxman.
And Kyle Love, do guys talk sports?
Coming to you live from the park here. And we've got some very special guests with us today. Two gentlemen who play the sport known as rugby. Care to introduce yourselves?
My name's BW.
I'm Tim.
Nice to meet you both. Gentlemen, how you doing today?
Doing all right, a little tired, a little exhausted playing a match against the CMU came down. So.
Triple header today. D3 men's and our women's and our D2 men's. So we just finished our D3 men's game.
Yeah.
BW played in. I'm playing later in the D2 men's game.
Right. All right. So I'll start off by asking this: how did the two of you get into the sport of rugby, or how were you introduced to the sport of rugby?
I started in college 27 years ago. So it's been a minute.
Yeah.
And I got introduced by a friend of mine, and I wasn't. I think I was big enough, so I put on about 40 pounds and I started playing, and I put on probably another 50 since then.
Dang. So, I also started in college. I found the Purdue team when I first went to Purdue, and then I fell into the sport. I will say I was pretty skinny. I was definitely skinnier than I was today. So body type, you can be any body type playing rugby. You don't need to be big, small. You know, anybody can play. So that's a big thing about rugby that I would like to emphasize.
There's a sport for everybody, every position, everything.
So, one thing I know is about rugby is what you don't have, i.e. padding, and with football you have, American football and NFL, you have helmets, for example. What makes that rather different in a way in terms of making sure you guys are still safe though without protective equipment?
I think you wear too much padding, too much protection, then you don't tackle or you don't hit safely because you can hurt yourself.
You think you're invincible, you think the helmets will save you, really, really won't. So you be careful about how you hit people because, you know, your body's going to get hurt if you hit them in a dangerous way. So people do definitely get hurt. Like we had people get hurt today, but we wear a mouth guard. That's good.
That's about it. Yeah.
Mouth guard and that's it. I mean,
yeah.
But yeah,
lots of rules in place to make sure that tackling isn't done dangerously.
now, how is the scoring different in rugby, and how how's the field dimensions compared to football?
American football?
Yeah.
It's bigger. This is probably one of the biggest sports fields. Besides cricket, it's probably one of the biggest sports fields there are. It's definitely, I don't know exactly how much bigger it is in football, but it's significantly bigger. You could definitely fit a football field inside of this. So
yeah, it's 100 meters,
yeah.
So it's about 110 yards long,
Yeah.
and I think it's like 60 meters wide,
Yeah.
So it's probably 15 to 20 yards wider than a football field.
I think 68 to 70 meters wide.
Yeah, something.
If
you have the space.
I lined the field, so
This place definitely helps out in terms of space.
And the scoring, similar to football, where to score, in football, a touchdown, you just have to get into the touchdown zone. In rugby, it's called a try zone, it's called a try. So you got to touch the ball down into the zone. You can't just walk in the ball. So there's that, and that's 5 points. And then you have an extra point, sort of similar to football, except there's 2 points, and you have to kick it from wherever you scored it. So you score it under the post, you get to kick it straight up. If you score it over there, you get a line all the way back across the field. You can kick it anywhere on that line. So it's really hard to make the conversion if you score on the outside of the zone. That makes it way more interesting. I think football should do that.
Yes. One of the things that would make things more interesting. So, gentlemen, you explained that there's some regulations that you guys have to follow. What rules, in terms of detail, what rules do you guys have to follow out there for safety reasons? And, of course, amongst other rules, like how do you play the game without violating the specific rules in place?
You got to tackle positions. You got to hit low. You got to hit below the chest. So there's no shoulder charges like in football. There's targeting, everything. But they hit people with the shoulders. You got to hit them chest down.
You got to wrap.
You got to wrap.
You hit them with your shoulder. You have to wrap. You just you know, you see that in football a lot. They'll come out, just head of steam, you just hit somebody. That's illegal. You have to hit them with a shoulder and wrap them up while you hit them. So if you don't do that, that'll be a penalty. Other team's ball, you could get ejected. There's red card, yellow cards, just like in
Like soccer.
soccer.
Yep.
It's like a mix of soccer and football.
Yes.
So-
That's what people say a lot, and it's
Yeah.
what it is.
And there's no blocking.
No blocking.
So
yes.
you're thrown backwards, and then you gotta be on sides
Yep.
always. So it's a little different than football, and you're just constantly moving. So it's just like soccer. You just
High
keep moving.
tackling is a big thing.
Very big
very
for
much
safety.
enforced.
So tackling, but a lot more gentle. You can't just go and bolt and
Well, no, it's hard. But
You can,
hard
you have
but
to
legal
hold those
areas.
in safely.
Right.
You can lay someone out if you get the right angle on them. But generally, like
But
it's
you
gonna
can't drive
hurt,
them. You can't
but,
drive them into the ground either.
you might knock the wind out of them, but you're probably not gonna concuss them as likely.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but you can't exactly do forward passes like
Correct.
in.
Always backwards or lateral.
Backwards or lateral, and then you can kick forwards. Though. You can kick forwards.
Yeah, it's a very interesting twist to the game.
It's a little harder to control a kick, right? So
Yeah.
It's not like you're throwing a football touchdown pass, but people who are really good at kicking and then get it right where they want, very powerful. Score a lot of tries off that.
Now, how different is the ball in rugby, like what they have like over there with women's at, like for example?
It's a bit more. I mean, it's bigger than a football
Yeah, it's more like an egg.
and more rounded.
So when it bounces, you don't know where it's gonna go. It's all over. It kind of bounces, kind of rolls. It's
Pretty big.
Yeah, I'd say probably about 20% bigger than a football, 30% bigger.
Do you guys have specifically designed plays for each and every possession?
Sort of. So the positions are split up into forwards and backs. Forwards definitely have more of just a strategy that they employ, less of a play,
Okay.
more of like this is what we do in this situation, this is what we do in this situation. The backs, if we have what's called a set piece, which is a scrum, which is when everybody goes and engages in a scrum, or a line out when the guy gets thrown up in the air and catches the ball. Basically a stoppage of play. The backs will employ a play. We'll call out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. We have those all memorized, and then we'll run a play. They have to defend. So it depends what position you play. Sort of.
Pretty neat.
Yeah.
As far as I remember, like, still learning a bit about the game of rugby, but I know sometimes just because someone's down does not mean like the possession stops it.
No, absolutely not. Nope.
Never.
You gotta
Almost never.
put them down, but if you make a tackle, you gotta release the player.
Yeah.
And the person that gets tackled has to release the ball.
Yep.
But if there's no contest for that ball, the player that can release the ball can get right back up, release the ball, pick the ball, and get running. So you have a lot of there's no quit on the play. You got to stay with them and drive over.
Play only stops if there's a penalty, if it goes out of bounds, or somebody scores.
So out of that, the boundary area, like what, like in the thin line.
So the outside lines, right? I mean, this is you can play the ball in the try zone, but generally someone's going to go and touch it down, and then. But yeah, if it goes out of bounds, then it's the play stops.
Right.
Someone scores, play stops. Someone commits a penalty, play stops. Otherwise, it keeps going. Could go the whole game, honestly, theoretically.
So